Good morning, everyone, or good evening to those of you who may be tuning in from the other side of the world, and welcome to the first day of our virtual risk management conference, where the focus of today's stream is on integrating risk management. The reason why we at Turnkey wanted to provide this forum is not only as a direct response to the coronavirus pandemic, which has forced all of us to reevaluate the way we do things within our industry, it is also an indirect response to the very obvious fact that those in-person conferences you were all planning to attend from March onwards this year are no longer taking place. Although some are being repurposed for delivery as a virtual event, many are not. So it leaves you all with a severe shortage of content for your personal consumption. As fellow risk professionals, we appreciate that you need this content to learn from your peers, to understand the industry trends and gain some insight as to what might be coming around the corner, so that you're better able to introduce effective risk management initiatives within your own organisations. So this is our humble attempt to help fill some of that gap, and we hope that you gain some value from it. By way of a quick introduction, my name is Mark Jackson, and I'm the Practice Director for Integrated Risk Management at Turnkey UK, meaning that I'm responsible for the service offerings and solutions we provide to our clients within this service line. I've been involved in the area of security, risk and controls for almost 20 years now, and my experience ranges across the design and implementation of security solutions, the implementation and review of internal control frameworks to satisfy both internal and external regulatory requirements, as well as advising clients on their GRC solutions in pursuit of a truly integrated approach to risk management. So that's a little bit about me, and I'm really excited to introduce today's content for you, as I'm positive that there'll be topics and challenges that resonate with the majority of our audience, along with some useful takeaways. During this keynote session, we'll take a look at the conference agenda for the day, as there's some great live speaker sessions for you to look forward to and sign up for if you haven't done so already. We'll then discuss some of the key operational problems COVID has brought with it, along with the governance challenges that this has highlighted. However, like with most challenges, if you look hard enough, it also provides with it opportunities, as it's presented us with the perfect opportunity to self-reflect and discuss where we've fallen short in our current risk management approach and practices, how we can hope to restore that balance over time, and believe it or not, even some potential positives to take out of all of this. Looking at today's agenda, it's already begun, in fact, with an introduction to the forum from our Managing Director, Richard Hunt. If you weren't able to tune in at 9 AM this morning, then it's well worth a listen to hear Richard's thoughts on the current crisis and what that means for our industry as a whole. The session has been recorded, as will all of the live sessions over the next 3 days, so please feel free to access it at a convenient time from our on-demand section on the forum website. It might not be available immediately, but it will be shortly over the next day or so. For the remainder of the day, we've got a number of guest speakers who are experts in the field of risk management, who I know will provide some great insights for you all to take on board. The first of our guest speakers is Dr. Neil Patrick from SAP, who during our next session at 11 AM will explore some of the consequences of the coronavirus pandemic and whether this should have been anticipated, or at the very least could have been managed better, thereby helping to reduce the impact at all levels. At 1 PM, Paul Thomas from BAT will walk us through the first steps of their journey to a more digitised, automated and integrated approach to managing enterprise risk and compliance via the implementation of SAP's risk management solution. They'll discuss the challenges their central enterprise risk management team have encountered along the way, including useful lessons learned, as well as some insights into BAT's roadmap and vision for further integration of their risk management and compliance activities. Last but certainly not least, we have our resident rock star, Jason Mefford from Sea Risk Academy, who will be providing us with his thoughts on how you can tap into the human element of decision makers within your organisation in order to deliver a compelling business case for making our risk management initiatives a reality. In particular, he will share how to understand the psychology behind decision making, create a business case that taps into both the cognitive and emotional sides of decision makers, how to link your risk management efforts to key organisational objectives, and getting the resources you need to provide maximum value to your organisation. So our three guest speakers for today will cover quite a diverse range of topics along the integrated risk management theme, with all of them being extremely relevant right now for different reasons. For a rundown of our speaker sessions on day 2 and 3, please visit our forum website for further details. Alternatively, you can register for the keynote sessions at the start of each day, and my colleagues Chris Boyle and Tom Venables will talk you through the running order in their respective streams, including what to expect from each session. Remember, you can register for any of those sessions right up to the start times, so it's never too late to take advantage of the fantastic content on offer. As touched upon earlier, alongside the live speaker sessions, we also have a library of on-demand content available for you to review at your convenience, with a wide range of topics being covered which should cater for everyone's needs. So please take some time to browse through the list of our on-demand material. I'm sure a lot of you, like me, are slightly fatigued by this overused phrase during the past few weeks and months. It's become a buzzword which sounds appropriate and meaningful without actually being 100% sure what it represents. Phrases tend to become popular for a reason, and in this case, there is sound justification for paying close attention to the underlying message and what that means, rather than choosing to ignore it and carry on as normal, because the next normal is going to be different. Change is undoubtedly required, and although many people don't like the idea of change, it soon becomes accepted after a little while, particularly if the perceived benefits of that change are clear and evident. But specifically with regard to integrating risk management, we absolutely have to look forward. We cannot be managing risk using the old ways of working, particularly given the changing operational landscape around us. We need to understand the wider challenges we face. Budgets are likely to be tighter too, so any spends to improve our governance, risk and compliance functions need to show and demonstrate that it's addressing risk more effectively. So what operational problems have been highlighted? Well, we've got a vast swathe of the workforce currently working from home. And this has really highlighted the problems caused by operating overly manual processes which aren't being driven centrally. Things start to break down pretty quickly without that close human interaction to remind others of their responsibilities and generally to keep things ticking over. The reduced headcount has also meant businesses and individuals needing to do more with less, and in some cases much less, leading to segregation of duties being compromised as a necessity, which throws up obvious challenges. Operational resilience has also been stretched to the limit, particularly with regards to organisations' reliance on third parties. As a result, managing third-party risk and building resilience within those relationships are coming firmly into focus. Amongst all of this, GRC functions are just not achieving a joined-up view of risk across their business. This is not something new caused by the pandemic, but in a time of great uncertainty where risk-informed decision-making is needed, it certainly served to exacerbate and highlight this very real problem. Realistically, we can't continue to operate like this, as it presents some very stark governance challenges. In addition to the operational problems just mentioned, there are equally important challenges with regards to governance, which have really come to light over the past few weeks. At the heart of these challenges is the right data not being readily available when you need it, often due to such data being scattered across several different systems or spreadsheets as the case may be. Such a disparate GRC systems landscape is often a consequence of a traditional siloed approach to managing risk, making it very difficult to get a landscape view of our risks, which could lead to unnecessary and unwelcome compliance blind spots. Due to these inherent weaknesses in the current setup, we're fortunate to be able to have the right level of information at all, let alone having access to it in a timely enough manner so that we're able to respond to the changing risk landscape with speed. Gaining assurance over the control measures in place can also be more tricky when a digital audit trail isn't always there to evidence their effective operation. So how can we do things differently going forward and meet these challenges head on? The principles behind achieving a more integrated risk management strategy have not changed, but the need to adopt and embrace them certainly have. The following solutions are a huge step in the right direction, and we see clients at various stages along that journey. Right now, the stage you're in doesn't matter anywhere near as much as the fact that you're on that journey and you're moving in the right direction. People, processes, and technology is a well-weathered concept, but having the right people performing the right roles as part of a formally defined governance structure is imperative to realize the benefits of your GRC technology. This approach doesn't require the use of a single all-encompassing GRC software system to manage it all, or doing away completely with the decentralized management of GRC capabilities for that matter. But what it does mean is being selective and applying both rationalization and integration to get that holistic view of risk across your business. Automation is becoming even more important than ever and presents a convincing business case due to its return on investment potential. The level of automation ranges from simply having workflow-driven information automatically delivered and presented to the right people at the right time in support of their risk and compliance processes, to having a significant percentage of your internal control framework being automated in some way, shape or form, whether it be for assurance purposes via continuous controls monitoring solutions, or for control operation purposes via the use of a variety of automation technologies available, or indeed a combination of the two. In a world where we need to do more with less, the focus on how we can adopt automation in all aspects of our working life is becoming even more necessary and prevalent. The final solution area we're seeing a big emphasis on is with regards to the visualization and reporting of risk. We're talking here about intelligent reporting, presenting data in a way that can actually help you to understand the key messages that the underlying data is trying to tell you. This inevitably means, although it's certainly not restricted to, dashboard reporting. We need the ability to report at all levels, from the very granular to the summary headline level, so that the data can be consumed by different stakeholders and aligned to their very different reporting requirements. The scale and breadth of risk data being reported on is also a key differentiator, with the best in breed having reporting solutions which provide an essential overarching reporting layer, providing key insights into different categories of risk from across the business. Having access to all of this risk data is useless unless we can report on it in the right way. So what's next for us? Well, it's not all doom and gloom. As never has what we do for a living been of such obvious value to the organisations that we support. They're acutely aware of the need for risk management, and this situation has highlighted where investment can be made to improve our posture in response to evolving risks. Our collective knowledge, experience and capabilities will also be enhanced to help meet the challenges of the next normal, and the associated technology solutions are evolving and integrating better than ever before to become a real enabler towards our goal. As mentioned previously, you can still register for all upcoming sessions right up to the last minute, so please go ahead and visit the forum website. As a reminder, our next session is kicking off in under an hour's time with Dr. Neil Patrick from SAP at 11 AM. Please remember, this on-demand content is also available to you whenever is convenient. Lastly, I'd just like to thank you all for listening. Please feel free to contact me if you want to discuss any of these topics further, or if you'd like to find out some more about Turnkey's integrated risk management service offerings. I hope you all gained some value from the remaining sessions today, as well as the rest of the conference. Thank you.